Hey everyone, this is Dave Cooper and I am in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we are standing with Brian Gaudio, who is the founder and CEO of Module, right? Yep. Brian and I had an opportunity to meet at the International Builders Show out in Las Vegas, and the things that you are doing are absolutely amazing, right? You're the next gen of builder coming into this industry, and we are standing in his first home. Brian, tell us a little bit about how this all came together and why, and now we're standing here, right?
Sure. So I want to say in Vegas, that was February of this year, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, we were under construction on this house, and we're super excited to have our first home for customer right here in Pittsburgh. You know, our company's based in Pittsburgh. I'm from Pittsburgh originally, and we've got so many vacant lots in the city. There's almost 30,000 of them. So there's a lot of opportunity for us to do modular, prefab on an infill basis. So this house was really fun. I mean, our first customer is an early adopter, right? You talk about innovation, you need to find a first client who feels that way. So they actually had their own startup company. They went through the same incubator program that we did when the incubator started. And they built this house for their parents. The parents are getting older and they're looking to downsize, and they wanted a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, single story living. And they actually, our clients live just right across the street, right over here through this window in their own house. So they bought this property, and the intent was aging in place for their parents. And so we came to them, said, let's do it. Let's work on this super tight infill site. It's only about 22 feet wide, this lot. And so offsite was the way to go. And we hit some really great energy performance numbers on this first house. And honestly, it was a great learning experience for us too.
Yeah, I'm sure. So how many square feet is this house?
House is 880 square feet.
880 square feet. And it's like an in-law apartment setup, but it doesn't feel like that. This feels like a New York City apartment, and bigger for that matter.
Yeah, this first home was, you know, we have sort of our standard plus and performance line on our website. So they basically took our performance line. So a lot of the features in this home are really high quality fixtures and finishes. So Bensonwood was the manufacturer, so the walls in this house were manufactured by Bensonwood up in New Hampshire, and the home is designed at passive house standards, so super high energy performance on this house. We hit a 42 HERS rating. U-value on the windows I think is 0.18, they're triple pane. So the quality of fixtures in this home are really nice, and then the actual design, if you look at the kitchen even, this fun backsplash, fire clay tile backsplash out of California. It's recycled body tile, adds a lot of personality to the home. We have soapstone countertops. We worked with some custom local manufacturers. Because this was panelized, we were able to integrate some local manufacturers from Pittsburgh into this project. So the cabinet work was done by a local manufacturer.
Sure.
So it was a lot of fun, super high performance on the energy side. And I don't know, I think it's the right amount of space for this first customer.
Yeah, sure. And attainable housing, as you mentioned, is such a big deal right now, and it's really something that a lot of people are trying to strive for, and how do we get there? And it seems like you're on the right path of coming up with the solutions to not only have an attainable house, but to also have a house that's high efficiency, high energy, which is all cost savings to the consumer, right?
Yeah, when we think about attainable housing, you know, I feel that a lot of the market, the U.S. demographic, you know, when we think about the home builders, a lot of them are servicing that nuclear family, right? Mom, dad, and 3 kids. But there's a lot of households that are now millennials with maybe not even married, maybe they have a dog, they may not have kids yet. And then you have all these baby boomers who are empty nesters because their kids went away to college, and they're like, I have too much house, where do I move to? So there's these 2 parts of the market that I think are underserved, and they need a smaller square footage. And some of them are thinking about, you know, being price sensitive too, especially the millennials. A lot of them are first-time home buyers. So I think that is a part of the market that needs to be served. And as our company grows from 1 to 10 homes to 100 homes, those are the pieces of the housing supply that I think we have the opportunity to serve. So.
Right, and I really think it's such a valuable thing to have something that can grow with the customer, right? Which is part of your business model.
Right.
Something that can expand as their lives expand?
Yeah, so when we design our houses and on our website, people can see we have starter units, 1, 2, 3 bedroom starter units, and those homes are designed so that you can change some of the layout and add stories onto the home if you need to. So we're working on a project right now in Pittsburgh, in a mixed income, a 4-unit housing project, and we're going to showcase sort of the expandability of some of those homes. And so, you know, if you're let's say you're married, you don't have kids yet, but kids come on the way, what do?
Right.
We are designing basically our 2-bedroom home so that you can add another story in the future. And we'll be showcasing that on this next project, which we're really excited to do. So we'll be documenting that with video and some other things.
Right, and that's not too far away, this next project.
No, it's a couple blocks down the road. We're in the east end of Pittsburgh, so we're excited about that. But I think a lot of customers, when they come to our website, they're coming to us because they are looking for a better designed home, and they can't see themselves living in the product that a lot of the other builders are putting out there.
Right.
And so we hear that over and over again. And I think to craft a business around that pain point is going to be a really, really, it's going to be a large business, I think, over the next 10 years to 20 years.
Right, and that's where you see yourself really fitting in as this ramps up.
I mean, one of our units, to think about this attainability, we also have a unit where you have it's essentially a stacked duplex. So you can rent out part of your home while you're living in it. But we're designing the house so that you have a separate entrance for that rental piece. And you can basically offset some of your mortgage costs by having someone living in your house, but not right on top of you in a way that's sort of separate from your typical living space.
Right.
So household sizes are changing. I think who's buying houses are changing, and we gotta, as builders, we have to be thinking about their needs and not maybe the needs, the needs of previous household sizes and things.
So you're really hitting on a bunch of things, right? You're hitting on one, offsite, which is a sustainable practice of building to begin with. Millennials are very much more in tune with the environment and being cautious about how they do things versus past generations. You're building energy efficient homes, right? Mm-hmm. And you're working in communities to help better the neighborhoods. I mean, that's a whole lot of initiatives to take on, and I think it's admirable.
Yeah, it's a lot. And as an early stage startup company, you have to figure out what is our focus, right? Because there's so much of the housing industry that needs fixed, and if we try to do all that and serve everything to everyone, then we would probably not enough hours in a day. So our challenge, with this first house, this is what we call our minimum viable product, right? It was the very first house for our very first customer. Mm-hmm. And we thought, what is their particular need? Is this house that we're standing in the product that we're going to sell thousands of times to thousands of different customers? No. But it was the minimum viable product for us as a builder and a startup to get our first project off the ground. And so I think we have to think, kind of in these step value functions. Right. So we're proud of this house, and we actually have been opening it. What's fun is because our client, they built their own company, they understand the startup story. They've allowed us for the first couple of months before their parents move in to use this as a place to take open house tours through. So that's why we're standing here today, which is really fun.
Well, and that's a testament to you and your company too, that at the end of a cycle of building, the customer still will allow you to come in and do the house, right? Because it's a long process. So yeah, that means you're doing the right things, and that's important. So Brian Gaudio, Module, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm Dave Cooper, and I want to thank the Housing Innovation Alliance for setting this up so we could have this conversation at your home. Brian, keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks,
Next
Dave.
Gen, I think, is in good hands if more people are like you, for sure, and I think that is.
Appreciate it.